A nigga from Los Angeles writes to Bossmack. He say, Bossmack, I have a bizarre scenario I would like you to listen to. About 4 years ago, I had 2 jobs and a few side hustles working, one of which is a clothing line. I also had a nice Benz I was pushing. At the time, I had a solid rotation of 3 bitches, a Latina and 2 black ones. Then the Mac God smiled on me and I had a white bitch choose up off of some social media shit. She was a bad bitch. She came by the crib. One thing led to another and she was drinking the babies. I fucked her raw like a sucker. 2 weeks later, the bitch was telling me she was late on her period and she was going hysterical on a nigga. I told the bitch to relax, it would be okay. She started talking hella shit. I ended up hanging up on the bitch. She hit me a few days later and said everything was cool. About 2 months passed and the bitch hit me up on some late night shit and wanted me to come to her crib. Like I said, this was a bad bitch, so I pulled up. Her crib was dope. Some loft shit in an old high-rise apartment building in downtown LA with views overlooking LA. This time I fucked her with a condom. The vibe was cool but weird at the same time. I was like, the bitch fucked me, but I could tell she didn't like me. After the session, I was about to bounce, and the bitch asked me could she have the shirt that I was rocking. A joint from my brand. So I gave it to the bitch. Now, the bitch did something in Hollywood behind the scenes, some productions type shit. So I thought the bitch was plugging me with some type of connect. On the way out her crib, I remember seeing some altar type shit that you said to check for when you visit a bitch's crib. After that night, I ended up losing my crib, both jobs, my Benz, all of my bitches, and damn near everything. I was reduced to driving for Uber in a loaner. I felt like I hit the bottom. I started praying hard every day. I went on semen retention hard mode. About a year into this, I got a ride request from somebody at the YouTube facility in the marina. It was a bitch. When she opened the door and got in, it was the white bitch that I had gave my shirt to. At first, I was kind of happy to see a bitch, but then I realized the bitch was rejoicing inwardly that I had been reduced to driving for Uber. I could feel her happiness at my downfall. After I dropped the bitch off, I felt some type of burden was lifted. About 3 weeks later, I was in a major car accident while driving for Uber that wasn't my fault. I don't even know how I lived and was uninjured. Then COVID hit. I maintained semen retention and prayer throughout all of this. And now I'm back up, way stronger than I was before I met that white bitch. I hope you guys could understand that long and drawn out thing. So here's a scenario where you have a man who feels like he may have been cursed by a bitch. And he prayed his way out of it. I pursue that you can be cursed by a bitch. The key ingredient to this story was giving the bitch a shirt. Giving the bitch the shirt. That's part of that magic shit. Willingly giving over a personal item. Now I know y'all niggas is like, Bossmack, you tripping. But no, I'm not tripping. He saw the altar in the crib when he was leaving. Remember I said, man, when you go visit these bitches, before you fuck a bitch, when you meet a new bitch, you need to interact with a bitch in conversation and see what you could get in the conversation. See what you could glean from the conversation, right? See what you could glean from the conversation, right? You need to see what you could get from the conversation. And then you need to go over her house. You know what I'm saying? And when you go over there, don't go over there with intentions of fucking. Go over there with intentions of investigative conversation and to observe the environment. You need to see if she got some shit hanging over the door when you come in. When you come in the house, you need to see if she got some shit hanging over the door. You need to see if she got some shit hanging up. And then you need to look around the corners of the room and see if she got the altar set up. You know what I'm saying? The Santeria stuff. You need to look around and see if that's there. And you need to be mindful of that type of shit. And I know motherfuckers are like, Bossmack, you tripping. You putting extras on it. Bossmack up in here talking brazy. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas. You need to be mindful. You need to be mindful. You need to be mindful.